In this video, we will show you how to file an emergency telephone user's surcharge return. We protect all the confidential information you provide to us. First, go to the website cdtfa.ca.gov and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services login page. You must log in with a username and password. For assistance with creating a username and password, please watch our tutorials online. On the CDTFA Online Services login page, we will enter our username and password, then click Login. That will take you to the CDTFA's Online Services profile page. Under the Accounts tab, we will click on the Emergency Telephone hyperlink. This will take us to the Emergency Telephone account page. Please note, there are a few changes when it comes to filing if you are a billing aggregator. As a billing aggregator, you will be able to file an emergency telephone user's surcharge return and make a payment for each service supplier separately, or access the bulk file template to file and pay on behalf of multiple service suppliers. To file a return and make a payment on behalf of the service suppliers, you will be required to obtain a third-party access. Please see our video tutorial regarding third-party access on our tutorials page. To submit a bulk file and pay on behalf of multiple service suppliers, please contact us directly at stfregupdates@cdtfa.ca.gov to request bulk file access. To begin filing your emergency telephone user's surcharge return, under the Periods tab, click on the File Return hyperlink next to the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the month of November, which is displayed by its return end date of November 30th, 2020. On the Surcharge Transactions page, enter the number of access lines in retail transactions subject to the surcharge. Enter the total number of wireline and postpaid wireless communications service lines subscribed in this state subject to the surcharge. Enter the total number of VoIP communication service lines subscribed in this state subject to the surcharge. Enter the number of retail transactions of prepaid mobile telephony services subject to the surcharge. The system will automatically calculate and apply the rate of surcharge to the number of access lines and retail transactions. Please note, you can click on the blue Help text hyperlinks for more information. In this example, we have 5,000 wireline and postpaid wireless communication service lines subject to the surcharge. We have 2,000 VoIP communication service lines subject to the surcharge. We have 1,000 retail transactions subject to the surcharge. The system automatically calculated the total amount of surcharge of $2,400. If you choose, you can save your work at any time by clicking the Save Draft button. Enter your password and click OK. You will then be directed to a confirmation page. Now that you've saved your draft, let's go back to filing your return. Click the Continue Editing button. Now we are back to your return. After entering your numbers, click Next to continue filing. This brings us to the Schedule TEA Refusal to Pay Schedule page. Select Yes if there were service users or prepaid users who refused to pay. If you select Yes, you will be required to provide the name, address, amount of refused surcharge, and the reason, if known, for any service users or prepaid consumers who refuse to pay a cumulative total of $3 or more in surcharge. You can click on the empty fields and directly key in the information required. In our example, we have no service users or prepaid consumers who refuse to pay, so we will select No. Click the Next button to continue. On the Deductions page, the total surcharge for which service users or prepaid consumers have refused to pay will pre-populate from the information entered on the Refusal to Pay schedule from the previous page, if any. Enter in the total surcharge on prepaid mobile telephony services, MTS, that you previously paid to the CDTFA on accounts that have been found worthless and have been charged off for income tax purposes. Do not include surcharge found to be worthless related to wireline, postpaid wireless line, and VoIP line reported. In our example, we have no surcharge related to prepaid MTS worthless accounts and we'll leave the zero amount as is. Click the Next button to continue. On the excess surcharge collected page, if you collected more surcharge than what is due, select Yes, then enter the excess surcharge collected. In our example, we did not have excess surcharge to report and will leave the zero amount as is. Click the Next button to continue. Review the summary page. If you need to make an adjustment, click Previous. To print a draft of your return prior to submission, click on the Save Draft button below. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. On the Your Information page, review the pre-filled information and make changes if necessary. In this example, we are not a paid prepayer and will select No. When all required fields are completed, click Submit. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read this information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This will serve as your authorization and confirmation. You will not receive a confirmation email. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. Please take note of your confirmation number and the total amount due. We recommend that you print this page for future reference. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. You can also share your feedback by clicking on the Online Services Survey button. Your opinion counts. If you still have questions, please call our Customer Service Center at 1-800-400-7115, California Relay Service at 711.